Welcome back to the Football Manager Save here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. Our form has been up and down of late. In the last episode, we went on a great winning run and then that turned around. But we were good against Stoke and were disappointed to lose in the manner that we did. We were on the back foot against Ipswich, but felt hard done by to lose by a single goal to nil to a penalty. So it is what it is. We're selling out every home game. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games have all been sellouts. But we've only just upgraded the stadium. In fact, every home league game has been a sellout. We've only just upgraded the stadium, though, so I don't think the board really have the money to spend any more in that area, considering we're bleeding money every month. So, at the minute, I don't think really we're in a position to do much, either financially for the playing staff or financially off the pitch either. But staying in the Championship would go a long way to ensuring the financial stability of the club moving forward. And if we're able to sell someone for a remarkable fee, then obviously that would be great too. But provided it doesn't affect our chances of staying up. I'd rather stay in the Championship and not sell anyone than sell someone for 30 million and get relegated down to League One. So we're 10 points above the drop at the minute, which is fine. Certainly happy with that. We've got 15th place QPR, 7th place Sunderland, 20th place Reading and 13th place Southampton on the horizon, with a game against Luton, who are 4th currently, that's been moved. Not sure if we'll get that far today. We'll wait and see. Depends how long it takes to get through the other fixtures we've got on the horizon today. But we're starting with QPR Away. Still need to go and select my 11, so I'll ask you guys to drop the video a like. To make sure you subscribe to this second channel so you don't miss out on any more of the content, whether that be this save, the Formula 1 save, or the other alternative FC24 stuff. But for now, I'm going to dive in game and hopefully we'll get some points. Right, first team selected. Now let's go and play QPR. They have in their lineup Chris Willock up top. We've got Jordan Barlow, Patreon player at centre-back. Jake Clark-Salter alongside him. Jordan versus Chesnoid. Well, we'll hopefully motivate them well enough to go to Loftus Road and get a result. Foti, no, intercepted by Thompson. Taylor, Smith beats his man. Still going here, don't foul him. I don't want 3 pens in a row. With no hesitation, the referee points to the spot. We've conceded a penalty in 3 straight games. Not only that, as Richards runs up, we've conceded the goal from the penalty for 3 straight games as well. 1-0 Rangers. That's a nice pull out wide to Richards. Down the right-hand side, Queen's Park Rangers looking to kill us off and finish the game. And Alfie Lloyd with his first goal of the season surely has done just that. With a busy fixture list coming up, so I'm probably going to have to make some changes here as well. Either that or we're going to be very much leaning on the full squad throughout the course of the next few games. But this will be our 3rd defeat in a row and is our positive start to the season. Going to start suddenly tumbling into a relegation fight by the time we get towards the end of it. If we keep up this trajectory, then certainly that is a potential. There's still a couple of minutes left in the game for another goal either way. But a 2-0 defeat is as... Oh, Jesus Christ. 2-0 defeat is as bad as I hope it gets. And I think that's as bad as it will get, with 5 minutes to add on and 5 minutes of those that are played. It's another defeat. I'm not happy with it, but this is the sort of thing we should have expected when we came up to this level. 8 points now, the gap to the relegation zone. We could really do with just a couple of unbeaten games in a row and maybe a victory in there as well. Just to steady the ship a little bit so we don't start to tumble. But with 5th placed Sunderland and a resurgent Reading, an underperforming Southampton and a very good Luton on the horizon, I don't see our form actually turning anytime soon. We might be in a little bit of trouble here until we get JJ back. I can't really move Brian Son out of that CDM role, so I've got no one else really that can play that. Adam May would have been my other go-to, but he's obviously injured as well. And Hannibal is away on international duty. So all 3 of my CDMs, or my go-to CDMs, are unavailable. Which isn't superb. This is probably a portional reason as to why the form has been how it has been. But it's alright. We'll go again. We'll see what we can do against Sunderland now. Joe Bellingham starts for only the 2nd time this season. Adil Oshish, we're very much aware of how good he is, but I want to, that's what I want to say. I want to point finger and step up our game here to put an end to the run of recent bad results. We lost 3 games in a row. Let's not make it 4. Palmer into Caddy. We get lucky. Foti could play the ball down the line, or he could go solo. He's going solo down the line and then immediately loses it. Well, that's gone very well, hasn't it? And now here comes the Sunderland counter-attack. Jack Clark out wide. Picked off by Brian Son. Nicely done. There might still be a chance for us here. Shaw Atire could go for goal. Has done. And how? We've had some rocket ship goals in the past couple of episodes. And that one is his 10th of the season, and it might spur on a recovery run of form, we hope. Anyway, lovely interception by Brian Son. Caddy with a first-time ball, and Shola with options. If he hadn't scored it, I might have been quite annoyed at him. Doesn't matter, he scored it. See, here, we've not had much of the ball, but now we're doing the winning. I've got to say, I'm happy with it so far. The previous 2, or even 3 games, we had a lot of the ball and didn't do anything. Oh, didn't do anything with it. And now we've had none of the ball, but we've got a lead. Dumbia. It's gone through Toffolo's legs. Oh my God. 4 games in a row. We've given away a penalty. 4 in a row. I can't believe it. I don't think I've ever had a run like that. Buried by Clark. Sunderland a level. 4 games in a row, penalties given away. That's just not good enough, is it, really? It cost us a draw against Ipswich. We ended up losing. It might cost us a win here as well against Sunderland. Patterson is making some fantastic saves to keep his team in it here. That's the 2nd free kick. He's tipped around the post that's been destined for the top corner. Casey Palmer will take the set piece, and Kingdon's up. Foti's underneath it. No, that's that. Right, I'm going to make some changes to try and get that lead back again. Casey Palmer. Oh, I tell you what, this Patterson guy is insane in goal. The reactions of the guy are just nuts. 2 sensational free kick saves, and to somehow have kept that out as well. I don't know what we've got to do to get a win at the minute. That was... I mean, we might still end up losing. We might still get the win. This might just be a highlight that leads to nothing other than a final whistle. Patterson has been better in goal in this game than I've seen any goalkeeper play for quite a while. The quality of saves have been sensational, and I would like to have a look at his profile and see how good he actually is on paper. Sonny Carey in the box. Sonny Carey blazes high and wide. It will be a 1-1 draw here against Sunderland. We'll take the point. It stops the rot, but it should have been a win. If it weren't for giving away all these bloody penalties, we'd have had 4 extra points. Never mind. 8 points, still the gap to the playoffs. Not to the playoffs. 8 points the gap to the relegation zone. Most important thing. No, I'll leave it as is. I'll leave it as is. We did well against Sunderland, and hopefully against Reading we can do one step further and get the win. I know that they have a Patreon player in their ranks, Reading, but he's not playing today. Chris Taylor is not in the squad at all today. We've got Riley McGree in there, though. Charlie Savage is very good. We've been offered him to buy a couple of times. But our home form is important to us, so We'll try and get the result here if we can. They're a side below us in the table. So to avoid defeat would be more important to me. To stop a side below us gaining on us. But obviously if you can extend away from a team below you by beating them, then we'd love to. But the form we've been in, I don't know as we will. There's a corner for Reading. And a goal for Reading. Calvin Abrafa with the header from the set piece off the underside of the bar. Oh, it's not the start we needed at all. It's a great header though. 12 efforts, 5 on target, twice their XG, no goal. Our issue at the minute is scoring. I need a striker that can score regularly. It's just the be-all and end-all at the minute. I need a striker that can score regularly. And at the minute, we don't have one. Caddy pops up with the occasional goal, which is great. He's now injured. Hwang Yu-jo just doesn't do it. Board have rejected my request to expand the stadium, mainly because we haven't got any bloody money, which is fair. And that's now 5 games in a row without a win in the league. With form in bad shape, Southampton is not really the sort of side that we'd really the sort of side we really need to be playing at this particular moment in time. It wants me to go from balance to positive, but I just can't bring myself to do it at the minute. Missing JJ and Hannibal and Caddy is really having an effect on us right now. Everybody's in just not necessarily bad morale or form, just we're playing like a side that just got promoted to the Championship, basically, which isn't good enough to stay in the Championship. But because we had such a good start, we should be able to stay in the Championship regardless. We just need to pick up the occasional result. But away from home against Southampton is not the sort of result that I think we might pick up. Well, that looks like it's going to be a first half with no highlights, which despite all of the Southampton possession and chances is fine. We've had 1 shot. They've had 4. We've had a lot of the ball, but haven't done anything meaningful with it. I'm quite happy to take a 0-0 draw with no highlights. But now that there is a highlight, you get a bit concerned. Although it is us on the attack. But it's over the top of the bar. Although saved by the keeper. So we have got a corner. Can we do anything from the set piece? Casey Palmer's been a set piece wizard for us today. Or the past, as in this recording session of the last 2 episodes. But it's been a much better second half. Creatively, anyway. But still no sign of a goal for us. We might need to look into a loan signing, a loan striker in January. I can't really afford... I've committed financially to Warren Caddy and Hwang Yu-jo. And neither of them are really doing what we need them to in those positions. So I need really a loanee. So I'm not fully properly committed for a 2 to 3 year contract. I just want someone to come in for 6 months that scores goals that will help us stay in the division, and then from there we'll be happy enough to push on and figure out what we do financially and playing staff wise moving forward. The January transfer window is just round the corner, and we'll be moving into that probably over the course of the next episode or 2. If we can nab a late winner here, it would be absolutely massive. I haven't made any changes in this game just because I didn't really want to upset the flow of the play, but it looks like we're only going to get a point. But it's back-to-back games where we haven't lost, and against a club as big as Southampton, with the quality of player that they have in their squad, I've got to be happy with that. We are now only 5 points above the drop zone, though. So what was an 11-point gap after that run of form now sees us just 5 points above the drop. So we really need to start picking up some results between now and the end of January. Otherwise, we will be in a relegation battle. Hopefully that loanee striker and the return of other players from injury and Hannibal from international due to the African Cup of Nations. Hopefully that will help see us return to some sort of form and keep the points tally ticking over. But at the moment, I'm apprehensive. This could quite comfortably turn into a proper downward spiral rather than just a wobble, and see us plummet back down to League One, which we cannot afford to happen, which I won't let happen, he says. That's going to be all for this episode, though. Thank you very much for watching, YouTube. Appreciate your support as ever. Join me in the next one for Luton, and then the handful of games leading up to the January transfer window, where we will have some business to do. We do have some money that the board will allow me to spend, although there's not a lot of it in the budget at the moment. In the bank balance, sorry. So we will look to cancel Alexi Pitu's loan and bring in someone else, and that someone else will be a striker. That's going to be the aim, I think. But who that is, I don't know. That's all for now, though. Thank you very much for watching, YouTube. I'll see you next time.